Hello and welcome to Gondor Calls for Ale's YouTube channel. I am Sam Gallagher.
And I'm Ben Gallagher.
And today we are back with another battle report.
That's right, we're back in Middle-earth, baby, doing battle once again.
Yeah, we're bringing two armies that the channel has seen once before, at the very least. It may have been two times, I can't remember.
I think just once, yep.
I will this time be bringing the noble, the mighty, the men of the West.
And I will be playing the poor, repressed Morannons of the Black Gate, forced to respond to the evil aggressions, the War of Gondorian aggression.
Yeah, I must say, Aragorn is a little bit directionist. He just doesn't like anyone from a different direction, compass. There was a joke in there somewhere. And today we're going to be playing a 600-point game of Convergence, one of the newly added scenarios in the Match Play Guide that was released in 2025. If you're viewing this far into the future, it may be old hat, but for us, it's still brand new hat.
Yeah, shiny, so shiny and new, in fact, I don't know what the scenario is about, so I'm going to have to come back and read it to you very shortly.
Yeah, so we will be back with to show you the armies, talk about our lists, and go over the scenario and show you the board.
But, Sam, we wouldn't be Gondor Calls for Ale without the ale, so...
Yeah,
cheers. Have a good game.
If you've been enjoying these videos, the battle reports we've been doing, please consider giving this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave us a comment, perhaps about some rules we may or may not have gotten wrong, or just about how much you've been enjoying it, or any feedback you have. We really appreciate it, and we try and get back to every single one.
If you're looking for more Gondor Calls for Ale content and there aren't enough battle reports on here for you just yet, do consider checking out our companion podcast. We go to tournaments, we talk about games, we even review army books, sometimes on a silly scale of 1 to 13 unexpected dwarves. If you want to join our growing community, we are on Discord. There's a link below in the description of this video. Consider joining us there. We've got a growing community chatting about all things Middle-earth and MESBG.
And if you want to go that extra mile to support Gondor Calls for Ale, we do have a Patreon. There's a link for that also in the description of this episode. It's what enables us to keep the lights on, the camera rolling, the models being feverishly painted so we can bring you new and exciting armies. There's a wide range, or a narrow range. There's a range of rewards available to you. Some extra episodes, some cool custom dice. It does truly help us create this content, but no pressure. And to all our current and future Patreons, we thank you. And here we have my 600-point army of Men of the West, led by Aragorn, King Elessar. In his warband, there are 9 warriors of Minas Tirith with shield, 6 warriors of Minas Tirith with spear and shield, and 1 warrior of Minas Tirith with banner. In Warband 2, we've got Eomer, first Marshal of the Riddermark, or I guess he's just Marshal of the Riddermark now. In his warband, there are 3 warriors with shield, 4 warriors with throwing spear and shield, and 4 warriors with bow. That is a nice 2-warband, 600-point, or 599-point army of Men of the West. We've got some special rules for this army. We, of course, have for Frodo, kind of like for the watch. Once per game at the start of a fight phase, Aragorn may use this special rule as long as he is alive and on the battlefield. If he does, then friendly non-eagle models within 6 inches of Aragorn gain +1 bonus to their fight and re-roll to wound rolls of a natural 1 when striking blows until the end of the turn. This is treated as an active ability belonging to Aragorn. We also have, that doesn't matter, it's about Gandalf, who we don't have. This day we fight. So long as Aragorn is alive and on the battlefield, friendly models automatically pass courage tests they are required to make. And the final stand, friendly infantry models within 3 inches of a hero model gain dominant 2 special rule. So there we have it, Men of the West, ready to conquer the East.
The mighty forces of the Black Gate, led, of course, by the greatest of trolls, the Mordor troll chieftain. In his warband, there are 5 Morannon Orcs with shield, 5 Morannon Orcs with spear and shield, and 1 Morannon Orc with a banner. Next, we have the Mouth of Sauron on an armored horse, leading 5 Morannon Orcs with shield and 5 Morannon Orcs with spear and shield. And finally, we have a Morannon Orc Captain wielding a 2-handed weapon, leading 3 Morannon Orcs with shield and 4 Morannon Orcs with spear and shield. For our army special rules, we have the greatest of trolls. The Mordor Troll Chieftain, that is your general, gains the fearless special rule and an additional point of each might, will, and fate. We are the Hordes of Mordor. Friendly Mordor orc models engaged in combat gain a bonus of +1 to wound when making strikes against an outnumbered opponent. And finally, the Temptation of Sauron. At the start of each move phase, before the heroic action step, you may choose a single enemy model on the battlefield. The chosen model must immediately take an intelligence test. If the test is failed, you may immediately move the chosen model up to its move value, following all the usual rules for moving, including making them charge if you wish. The chosen model may not move later in the move phase, but may otherwise act normally. And there we have it, the might of the Blackgate, ready to repel the men of the West. And here we have our beautiful board, the line between the realm of Gondor and the encroaching darkness of the Black Land. We are playing Convergence Scenario 24, a game that ends on a 1 or a 2 once one force has been broken. We are trying to uncover heirlooms. We have 4 heirlooms on the board, and we are trying to uncover them. We are also trying to break the enemy army and slay the enemy general. We have 12-inch deployment zones in opposite table corners for each player, and the special rules are, of course, heirlooms of power. Additionally, we are also trying to get more models within 6 inches of the center of the table. A new scenario to both of us, looking forward to getting into it.
Here we go, the first roll of any game of the Middle-earth strategy battle game, which is, of course, deployment. That's actually not true, but I rolled a 1.
And I have rolled a 5, so I will be choosing table corners first. And I think I am going to have this one here and this one back here as my corners. And true to my style, I am going to be deploying my general first. The mightiest of trolls will be coming down over here with his warband.
And for my first warband, I am going to put down Eomer, Marshal of the Riddermark. He is going to deploy in this corner here with his warband.
For my next warband, I will be deploying my Morannon Orc Captain over in the opposite table corner as we have to alternate deployment zones.
My second and final warband, we have Aragorn, King Elessar. He is going to deploy with his warband over here.
And last but not least, we have every dentist's worst nightmare, the Mouth of Sauron.
Second roll of at least this game of the Middle-earth strategy battle game is the priority, where the good guys have rolled a 4.
And the bad guys have rolled a 6. I believe, Sam, we will be letting the good guys go first this turn.
Very well. As I have priority, Ben, do you have any heroic actions you wish to declare?
I do not at this time, but in fact, Sam, before heroic actions are declared, we are going to tempt, we're going to tempt Aragorn himself. You know, there's no one better for it.
Aragorn, I believe, on a 5, has passed his intelligence test.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. It was a long shot. I'm not sure who else to tempt right now. We figured it would be funny to try Aragorn first.
All right, well, with that out of the way, I'm going to be calling a heroic march with Aragorn, and that will be it for my heroic actions. Starting with my move, we're going to move Aragorn, King Elessar. He is, of course, calling at the double, so his whole warband is moving 9. My movement is complete.
Over to the forces of evil. Here come the Morannons. I believe the turn is over.
Another turn, another priority. Well, I have rolled a 4 for the Men of the West.
And I have rolled a 3 for the Forces of the Black Gate.
Well, as they say, Ben, turnabout is fair play, so we will make the Black Gate take priority this turn.
Devious, devious. Well, before heroics are declared, Sam, I am going to have your Ministereth Standard Bearer take an intelligence test to be tested by Sauron. Standard Bearer!
On a 4, he has failed.
All right, so while you're standing over there, if you would do me a favor and just move him 6 inches towards the board edge. Just going to go away, yes. Away with you, Standard Bearer.
And as I do not have priority this turn, I will be calling heroic actions first. I am going to call another march with Aragorn.
There will be no heroics from me, Sam, so we'll just dive right into some movement. All right, Mr. Potato Head and his friends are coming for this heirloom over here. He did a great job for Sam, collecting fortification points. He's now aiming for an heirloom to perhaps bag himself a promotion to Morannon Captain. Forces of evil have moved.
Once more, we will start with Aragorn, King Alessa, who is calling at the double for his heroic march. My move is complete. I'm not sure about it, but it's done, so that's good. Not time for another priority just yet, because we have some shooting. My 4 warriors of Rohan with bow all moved half, so they're going to shoot at the Morannon Orc Captain's warband. We're just going to go for regular Morannon Orcs here. We moved half, so we're looking for 5s. Oh, I've hit once.
Ruh-roh.
Looking for a 6 to kill that leading Morannon. That is a 1. I do not kill him. Into priority for another turn. I have a 4.
And I have a 6.
Ooh.
The Forces of the Black Gate will be taking priority this turn.
All right. Before any heroic actions are declared, Ben, who are you whispering?
The Rohirrim are so smart. I don't want to whisper to the Rohirrim. We are going to whisper to your guy who is carrying the heirloom, Sam. We're going to call to him, Warrior of Minas Tirith.
Oh, this heirloom is clearly a thinking hat, for he has passed his intelligence test.
Nice, nice.
We did an accidental oopsie, so if you've already commented, we are correcting it now. We should have rolled to see if my warrior is transfixed before priority was rolled, so we'll roll it. He is not transfixed.
So the game continues as it was. He has passed his intelligence test. So Sam, any heroics for you to call?
Tempting. I think after some measuring and consideration, I'm actually going to call a move with Éomer.
I really, really don't want to call a move with my Chieftain, Sam. That feels bad, although I do have more might than you. My Chieftain is still going to save his might, so go ahead and call your heroic move. However, the Mouth of Sauron is going to declare a heroic channel this turn.
Éomer is calling his heroic move. He's calling with me. Importantly, he doesn't get those archers. And after saying, I don't really want to risk a hero getting transfixed by an heirloom, I think perhaps Éomer is going to, if he has the move for it.
I think you've got it, Sam. I think you're just in.
All right, well, Éomer is going to rock up, and he is going to pick up this relic. My heroic move is complete. We'll be into the Black Gate Opens move now.
We are going to start it off over here. These Morannons are going to be coming on into combat. over here, this first Morannon is going to move up. He is going to collect himself an heirloom for Sauron, and then continue moving over this way, away from those scary, scary archers, towards his best friend, the Mordor Troll Chieftain. On this flank, Mr. Potato Head is going to come forth, claim himself a relic for Sauron. Now, Sam, the Mouth of Sauron. The Mouth of Sauron is going to start with a transfix on Aragorn, King Elessar.
So it goes off on a 6.
Yes.
So we are going to use Aragorn, one of Aragorn's points of will and his resistant to magic. The resistant to magic will be the black dice. The regular will be the blue dice. On a 5, I'm going to use his Mighty Hero, which I didn't use yet, to resist on a 6.
And with that, Sam, the forces of evil have moved.
Over to the good guys, the best guys. We'll start it off with this banner bearer who has come to his senses and decided he actually needs to go wave the flag near his friends. I think my movement is over. The shooting phase will start with the easy stuff, where our 4 Rohan archers are once again going to shoot at, I guess we're going to specifically target the relic bearer.
Yep.
I didn't move, so I hit on 4s this time. I've hit twice. I'm looking for some 6s. No. And then over on this flank, we've got some throwing spears. I think this guy is going to take a throwing spear shot at him.
Yep.
With no in the way, I don't think.
I don't think so either.
He's going to miss. And then I've got 3 throwing spears. We'll throw them all at the banner with in the ways for those crates. I moved, so I hit on 5s. I've hit once. It goes through, and he's dead again. No.
Oh, that was scary. That was scary, Sam.
And with that, the shooting phase is complete. We're in the combat phase now, Ben. And as you have priority, I'm calling actions first. And we're going to spend a point from Aragorn, King Elessar's store for a heroic combat.
Ooh, aggressive. Love to see it.
I assume nothing from you because you have no models in combat?
That is correct. No might in combat anyway. I have plenty of models.
Yes, that's the word.
Heroic actions have been declared. We are going to start it off with Aragorn's heroic combat. He is fighting 2 Morannon Orcs, or 1 Morannon Orc with a spear support. So let's see the rolls. He's on a 5. The Orcs are unfortunately only on a 3.
With no banner around, Aragorn is looking for 4s. Aragorn has just killed that 1 Orc he's fighting. It's your priority, Ben. Where would you like to start?
Oh, well, let's fight against Aragorn next. Both of my Morannons there, terrified, are going to be hiding behind their shields. Aragorn is on a 5. The Orcs have rolled a 6, Sam.
He does have a banner, and he does not get the 6, and he's not going to spend another point of might.
The final fight of the turn will be 2 warriors of Rohan fighting 2 Morannon Orcs. The Orcs have got a pair of 6s and will win the fight, being fight 4 against humans. We need 5s here to slay him, and there he goes. With that, the turn is over, and we will be back for some priority.
Before we get into priority, Ben, we have to roll for some relic bearers. I'll start it off with this warrior of Minas Tirith, who is not transfixed, and Éomer is also not transfixed.
Okay, next we have this orc next to his captain. He is not transfixed. And of course, Mr. Potato Head, Razor of Fortifications, has decided that this is a great place to fortify and will roll a 1, being transfixed.
Okay, well, with that out of the way, I think it's time for a roll for priority. I rolled a 6.
Oh, the forces of evil are on a 5.
Well, Ben, I am going to be taking priority for the good guys. And before you declare any heroic actions, who are you tempting?
Let's even things up on this flank over here. Let's tempt this warrior of Minas Tirith away, please.
He definitely fails on a double 1.
He really likes the look of that standard. He wants to go help the standard bearer, Sam. So if you would be so kind as to just move him towards the standard bearer, that would be great.
Any heroic actions you wish to call?
The Mouth of Sauron will be declaring another heroic channel at this juncture, I think, Sam.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that is it. The troll is sort of happy with where he is. He doesn't want to call a move.
Well, starting over here with Aragorn's flank. And over on this flank, we have some choices. Well, we're going to start with an easy thing. This warrior of Rohan is going to charge the troll chief.
Oh, of course, he gets to be fearless because
Aragorn is alive and just on the battlefield.
Yeah.
The movement for the good guys is over.
Okay, so my captain's warband, between him and his followers, they are holding two heirlooms, so he needs to go help Mr. Potato Head out, Sam. So he's going to start coming this way. Over in the back here on this, over by Aragorn, we are, of course, going to be channeling Transfix at Aragorn, Sam.
I will do the same thing. I'll use one from my store and my resistance to magic.
Oh!
And get it. And I get the one back.
That is not what we wanted to see. Can I take magic?
For the shooting phase, I have 4 shots from Rohan archers who moved. I can't see the relic bearer anymore, but I can still shoot at some orcs. Looking for 5, so how about 3 hits? We've increased by 1 each turn. Can we get a 6? We can, so we will
in the way.
So 2 of them go foot through. And no.
Oh.
I will put 1 throwing spear at the banner bearer. I will miss. And that will be it for my shooting. With the good guys having priority, Ben, you get to call first. Any heroic actions from you?
Not from me, Sam. I'm going to save my might for now.
Alrighty. Aragorn will use his mighty hero for a free heroic combat. The question is, does Éomer call a combat as well? I don't think so. It's tempting. It's tempting, but I don't think so. Starting it off with Aragorn, King Alessa, fighting 2 Morannon Orcs.
Okay, we're going to fight this one.
Aragorn has the 6.
Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter.
Aragorn gets 1 kill and is not going to be spending 2 might for another one.
What do you want?
On this flank, let's do my 1 versus your spear.
All right, fighting this one out.
I have a 2.
I have rolled a 1.
And I've killed him.
And he's slain, not the orc we wanted to lose.
And then I've got 2 against 1 here.
Yep, we're going to shield on this one, I think, Sam.
I have a 3.
I have rolled a 6.
And then finally my 2 against Mr. Potato Head.
Not Mr. Potato Head on a 6.
On a 4. You only get 1 strike though, because he is transfixed.
All right, here comes the spear guy. We'll get you.
And into some combats on this flank. Let's do the troll and 2 friends against 2 warriors of Rohan.
Okay, here comes the troll. He has rolled a 4.
Yep.
His 2 friends have rolled a 5.
I also have a 5. Alas, not good enough.
I think I'm just going to barge here, Sam.
fight the troll, I'll shield.
Fair enough. The troll has rolled a fistful of 6s.
3 6s, very good, very good.
His first strike on the first warrior there with the spear will kill him, and the next 2 will get the other one as well.
Okay, and final combat for the turn. We've got Éomer and 2 friends.
3 friends. No, the spear support, so I think supposed to be on Éomer.
Yes.
Yeah, you gave him a spear support.
Yeah. So Éomer has the 6. Another turn, another test to see what the artifacts of power or heirlooms of power are doing. This warrior of Minas Tirith is fine. Éomer is fine.
All right, this Morannon Orc in the center over here is fine. And Mr. Potato Head over here.
No.
Oh, not transfixed. He's okay this time.
Okay, so now we'll have some priority. Where I rolled a 2.
And I have rolled a 4, so I shall be taking priority, I think, this turn, Sam.
Okay. Who would you like to tempt?
Ooh, very good question. Who would I like to tempt? I think these orcs over here badly need some help, so we're going to tempt this spearman who forgot his helmet.
And he is a thinker. His head doesn't fit in helmets because his brain is so big. He passes his intelligence test.
Okay, Sam, so onwards. Do you have any heroic actions to declare?
No, I don't think I do this turn, Ben.
Over here, the easy thing to do is just to push the troll. Over here, where my warriors are a little thin on the ground, but perhaps not as thin on the ground as they should be. The Mouth of Sauron can just see this warrior back here, so he is going to ride him down. And I think we're going to save our last 2 will for something else at a later date. That is me moved, Sam. Over to you.
We'll start it on the side with Éomer, where things are looking a little grim. My movement is complete. I have 1 shot, 1 opportunity. This throwing spear is going to throw at the spear supporting orc. I hit on a 6. Oh no. No kills with shooting yet. Means they're all still to come, Ben. And I think also still to come is the combat phase, which we'll be moving right along into. Into the combat phase where Ben does not, or Ben has priority. That's how that word works. And I do not. So I'll be calling first, where Aragorn will use his mighty hero for a free combat. Anything from you, Ben?
At this time, Sam, nothing from me.
And then I think Éomer is going to call a heroic combat as well, going down to 1 might remaining. He is a king and Éomer is just a marshal. We're going to start off with Aragorn, though technically at this point he wasn't crowned yet, so is he a king? Who's to say? We'll start with Aragorn, King LSR, fighting 1 Morannon Orc with a friend. Aragorn gets the 6.
Well, my orc was going to shield Sam, but it avails him naught.
And Aragorn kills him 3 times over.
What's the roll you need the last turn?
Right? Unfortunately now, we have less... There's nowhere I can go just to get into 2, so he's going to go there for the trap, and then Aragorn will go into both of them. Éomer, Marshal of the Riddermark, backed up. My noble warrior of Rohan will be fighting 1 Morannon Orc with a spear support. Éomer's on a 5.
The Morannons have got the 6.
The friend is also on a 4, so Éomer will use his last point of might to win the fight. Okay, Ben, it's your priority. Where would you like to go?
Well, since we're set up over here, why don't we do the Mordor Troll Chieftain next?
Okay, my Rohan warrior will shield.
Absolutely. The troll has got a 6. We are going to barge once again, so we'll see if we can eat 2 more warriors of Rohan this turn. How far are we going? We are going 4 inches, which I think is enough to get me where I want to go. Yes, it is. Let's do that combat again. The troll fighting 2 warriors. The troll has not prevailed this time. The warriors have shielded him off. Next, let's do Éomer fighting 2 Morannons who are also going to be shielding. Éomer's got the 6. over here between these two rocky outcroppings. We have the battle for his life. Mr. Potato Head and friend, starting with and friend fighting 3 warriors of Minas Tirith. We have rolled a 6. I have shielded on a 5. And we are back with another turn for seeing what the relics do. Let's start it off with my relic bearer on the rock here. Is he transfixed? No, he's not. And Mr. Potato Head, is he transfixed? No, he's not.
Okay, we'll start with this warrior of Minas Tirith. He is transfixed. Oh boy, and Éomer also transfixed. Jeez, not the turn we needed there for those guys. So we'll do a turn of priority, or a roll for priority, where I rolled a 4.
I have a 3, Sam, so it's your choice.
I will be taking priority for the good guys.
Absolutely. I don't think I have any might to spend right now, so go ahead and do your moves.
Starting on this flank, we'll throw another warrior of Minas Tirith, or warrior of Rohan into that troll. He's going to throw a spear, and he will miss. The movement for the forces of good is complete.
Well, Sam, what have you left me to move? Is it worth charging? I guess he's transfixed, so there's no reason not to charge a random orc into Éomer. You could kill me with a spear support, but I think it'll be okay.
The very brief shooting phase that I have one warrior of Rohan with throwing spear, throwing at that Morannon spear support. He misses. With the combat phase up next, Ben, as I have priority, do you have any heroic actions you wish to declare?
I do not. My troll is going to save his might. Let me guess, Sam. Aragorn, he's going to declare a heroic defense.
Yes, of course. No, a free heroic combat for Aragorn, King Elessar. Aragorn fighting 2 Morannon Orcs. Aragorn's rolled a 4.
All right, the Orcs have also rolled a 4, Sam. So Aragorn will win that fight.
Looking for some 4s here. He has killed both of those Morannon Orcs. Get Éomer out of the way. Éomer and friend fighting 1 Morannon Orc.
We're going to fight you.
Éomer's on a 3.
Morannon's got the 6.
I am on a 3.
All right, looking for another 6 here. No wound from the Morannon Orc.
Back more centrally, let's do Aragorn against 1 Morannon Orc.
Okay, we're going to shield here, Sam.
Aragorn gets the 6.
Okay, nothing we can do about
and
that.
And Aragorn kills him. He's got a troll still to fight, so we'll do that fight now. I'm going to shield.
The troll has a 6.
Yep.
Troll's just going to kill this guy, I think.
Okay.
And down he goes.
Time to roll for some relics. This time I'm going to roll first because it didn't work out going the other way. So we'll do Éomer, who is not transfixed. Phew. And my relic bearer in the middle here, who is also not transfixed.
Okay, on into my turn. This guy up on the rock is not transfixed, and Mr. Potato Head is also not transfixed. Immune to the evil relics are the forces of Mordor. Next, Sam, let's roll priority.
Where the forces of good have a 4.
And evil has a 5, just what we wanted, so I will be taking priority this turn. Before heroic actions are declared, we are going to we're once again going to attempt to save Mr. Potato Head. Clearly, Mr. Brainiac over here is still too brainy.
I'm telling you, he's not wearing a helmet because his head doesn't fit.
Jeez.
Am
okay,
I
Sam.
calling anything? I think Aragorn will use his mighty hero for a heroic move.
All right, my captain will have to rebuttal with a move of his own.
Let's see that roll off, Ben.
And the move off will go to the good guys.
The best guys. My heroic move is over, so it'll be over to Ben's regular move as I cancelled his.
We are going to just do the easy things first. Just re-engage over here. The Mouth of Sauron is going to ride forth, Sam. He's going to spend his last 2 points of will for another transfix at Aragorn. Here he comes. He's rolled a 5, which I believe is enough to transfix you.
Aragorn will use his final 2 points of will and his resist to magic, where he has rolled a 5 and resists the spell. A few models left to move. I will start by charging the troll in the back. At the start of the combat phase, Ben, Aragorn is going to declare that this is the turn for Frodo.
Oh.
So he's getting this clump here. I probably should have used it earlier, but better late than never. So for Frodo!
Nice, nice. Well, Sam, I think my Mordor Troll Chieftain's time has come. He will be declaring a heroic combat this turn.
As much as I'd like the shield, I don't have a shield on that archer, so I'll be fighting regularly.
The troll has rolled a 5 high.
I have a pair of 1s.
Phew. All right, first strike into the archer. 3 will get him. Next strike into the warrior. Ooh, a pair of 3s. Your defense 5, I'm strength 7. That is just good enough. And finally on this flank, we've got the Mordor Troll Chieftain and a friend fighting Éomer.
Let's see it. You have the high fight.
All right. The troll has got the 6. I think we're going to rend you here, Sam.
Okay.
2 wounds from the troll.
Roll his friend, I guess.
Oh, yeah, and the regular orc. 3 wounds.
Éomer fails 2 fates and passes his last one. Éomer is out of fate and down to 1 wound.
Ooh.
Time to roll for some heirlooms. Éomer is not transfixed. Phew. My Warrior of Minas Tirith is not transfixed.
Okay, my Orc on the Rock is not transfixed, and Mr. Potato Head is not transfixed either. Okay, on into priority.
Well, the good guys have a 1.
And the bad guys have a 6, and we'll be keeping it.
Ben, who are you tempting? I'm going to stop reminding you after this turn.
Fair enough. We are still going to be tempting Mr. Brainiac. Surely he will fail one of these.
Yes, he will.
All right, let's send him away, please. Any heroics for you to declare, Sam?
Yeah, I think Aragorn is going to use a free heroic move.
Okay, my Morannon Captain will also be calling a move with his last point of might. And it will go to the good guys on a 6 again.
Okay, so Aragorn is getting everyone over here.
Okay, over on this flank, I should note that I am broken and I would like to charge the Troll Chieftain into Éomer. So I'm going to take a courage test with this Morannon first, and he is going to pass, somewhat shockingly. Didn't really see that coming. probably a pretty important one. My relic bearer will run off the table, leaving his relic behind. Unfortunate, but somewhat predictable.
It's clearly not the dudits of courage.
Yeah, and I think that is all of the models I've got left and unengaged, Sam. So, back to you.
Important, well, not necessarily important to note, but I am also broken, but Aragorn is still alive and on the field, so I'm passing all my courage tests. This Rohan Archer is going to attempt to climb. He does, so he gets this relic, but stops there. Well, Ben having priority means that I'm calling first, and Aragorn's going to use another one from his store for a heroic combat.
Is he out now?
No, he's got one left.
Got one left? Okay. I am not calling anything, so let's do the heroic combat.
So Aragorn against a banner and a Morannon Orc. Aragorn on a 3.
The Morannon Orc on a 2. The banner on a 4 down to a 3.
Aragorn saving his good rolls for when it actually matters.
I'll take a banner reroll though, Sam, into another 3.
Perfect. Aragorn has killed one orc and whiffed his combat, so we'll take the banner.
That makes sense.
Well, Ben nicely let me go back and spend that point of might after I guess we hadn't moved on to anything else. But
yeah, hardly takes you backsies. Barely even takes you backsies.
And I think...
Surely you go into the captain so that you're next to my relic bearer to pick it up with Aragorn. I mean, you could go into the Mouth of Sauron and just kill him, but he's out of will and he's out of fate. He's just an annoying cavalry model now.
We will do that. Okay, Ben, where are we going?
Well, having talked about it and told you to go into my captain, let's do it. My captain is not afraid of Aragorn. He's got a 2-hand.
Aragorn has the 6.
Captain's on a 3, so there you go.
See if Aragorn can wound a little bit better. He does 1 wound.
All right, captain's out of fate, but he's unwounded so far.
And his friend doesn't do it.
All right, captain standing strong, pretending to be Goroth. And last, the Mordor Troll Chieftain fighting Éomer.
I guess Éomer will shield.
Fair enough. The troll is on a 4.
Éomer gets the 6.
All right. Pushing him back for another turn.
All right, Ben. With that, I think the turn is over, and as you had priority, let's see if the game ends.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. It ends on break. A 2, the game ends.
Well... what an interesting game.
Yeah.
Not at all how I expected that to go, I must say.
Yeah, me neither. Didn't end when I expected it to either. But an interesting state of the game. We're looking at the board right now. I'm actually not sure who's winning.
Yeah, it's it'll be interesting to calculate it. I'm going to double check. It does end on the break.
Yeah, it does end on break, yeah.
Well, we will work that out and be back. You'll see our smiling faces. We'll tell you how the game went, or how it ended up, and give you some of our thoughts. Well, interesting game. Fun scenario to try. Neither of us have played that one before.
Yeah, and a good board. I think we did a good setup, lots of terrain all over the place. The final score, Sam, was, or listener, viewer even, this is the video version of Gondor Calls Vale, the final score was 10 to the forces of good and 2 to the forces of evil. Having said, I'm not sure who won. It was very clearly the forces of good after we calculated it up.
Reading through, right, that I ended up having 3 of the heirlooms.
Yep.
And 2 of them were in 6 inches of the center of the board, making them each worth 3 points. And the other one was worth 1 point for Éomer still having it. And then because Aragorn just happened to be within 6 of the center, had you not talked me into fighting the captain, if he had charged into the mouth, he probably would have been out. And it might have been closer, but I got 2 for that as well. And then 1 each for being broken.
Yeah, where I only held 1 relic, the noble Mr. Potato Head, proving his worth once again, holding an heirloom for Mordor.
Yeah.
We talked about it afterwards. Had the troll burnt his last 2 points of might, which I don't think I would have done anyway, even with the potential of the game ending, looking back at it, it would have netted me 1 more victory point, which isn't huge. I do think I fell into the temptation of climbing my relic bearer onto that rock in the middle of the game. He should, looking back at the game, have been roundabout where the archers were fighting my 3 Morannon Orcs, so that he was near the standfast of the troll, and that might have changed things somewhat. But a very fun game, thoroughly enjoyable, and once again, an absolute bloodbath where both sides fell in droves.
Yeah, and Aragorn took a little bit to warm up. You did a great job of delaying him for several turns and burning his resources with the mouth. I do say, having fairly recently played that back at an event after playing and recording a bunch of games where we have loads of terrain, it's a bit of a shock to the system with very little, because this is definitely the kind of game that, I mean, Lord of the Rings period is the kind of game that benefits from having a lot of terrain, but like this one specifically, where you kind of need to break up your armies. If you then have terrain you have to negotiate, you tend to end up being a little more spread out, which I think it makes it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if we were, for two example, to remove that wood from the center of the board that sort of divided Aragorn, Éomer, and the troll, it would have been child's play for Aragorn to kill a couple of orcs and then just come into the troll and save Éomer. As it was, Éomer was fighting this retreating, losing battle the whole game, which was much, much more interesting, I think.
Yeah. So a fun game, fun to try another one of the new scenarios. We've got one left, I think, to film for the channel, which will be exciting. And we hope you've enjoyed this video. Ben, is there anything else, any wisdom you wish to impart?
No, just having a great time doing this. So if, we said it earlier, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, drop us a comment, all that stuff, and we will see you next time.